Hello, my loves. How are you all? I hope you're all doing super well. It's been a minute since I've been online. If this is your first time tuning into one of my videos, my name is Stef, and I am the Psychic Soul Empowerment Coach. And like I said, I haven't been online for a minute now. I've actually taken a break from Facebook and YouTube, and I was just offline for maybe a month or two or something like that because I just wasn't feeling it, to be honest. I was like, I don't think I need to be here. And I've been having loads of fun being on other platforms. I don't know if I should say the name of the other platform I've been on because sometimes you know how these social media things act. They like want to ban you for mentioning things on other platforms sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, I've been on TikTok, basically having the time of my life there. So yeah, that's where I've been at, and I just wasn't feeling YouTube or Facebook. But anyway, today, while tuning in and seeing how I could best serve the people, I got that I needed to channel the December 2021 energy reading, and obviously, I share these out to YouTube mainly, so here I am delivering this message for all of you. So I really hope that this helps you today, and if today's reading does help you, if you have anything to share with me from this reading, leave me a comment down below and definitely give this video a thumbs up or like when you finish watching it. I'll remind you at the end. And I also wanted to let you know that at the end of the video, after I give the reading, I will be making some other announcements on other things related to my channel and other things. And that's basically it. So definitely stay tuned for that part of the video. And also, last but not least, I want to let you all know that today's December energy reading is going to follow a bit of a format, and this is the format that I'm using to channel the 2022 energy reading. So I'm in the process of channeling an energy reading for the whole year of 2022. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have, seen me mention it a few times by now. And the format that we're going to be following today covers 4 things. So number 1, it's the focus of the month. So that's what the energy of the month is supporting. And then we go on to talk about potential challenges you may face and what to do about them generally. So, sometimes the energy brings things to us, and sometimes we have challenges with those things. So it's really helpful to be mindful of what potentially to expect. And how to navigate those things much more easily so that we have an easier time, okay? And move forward with more ease and grace along our journeys. So that's what we're going to be discussing. Then the third thing is blessings and strengths. So, depending on how you step into your power around these things that the energy is bringing to you, you will receive certain blessings or you will strengthen yourself in certain ways. So that's what we're going to be discussing. And then last is additional messages that I have to share with you that I got. And for that, I just was asked to pull some cards for that, to bring any additional messages forward. So that's the structure that we're going to be following. So without further ado, let's get into today's reading, okay? So for the December 2021 energy reading, I got the following message. In terms of focus, okay, I kept hearing big changes, okay? This is going to be a predominant theme for December 2021, okay? And when it comes to big changes, how that's going to look is going to be drastically different from person to person, because as I was channeling this, I really felt like I was talking to so many different people. And generally when I do my energy readings, I'm talking to usually 2 groups of people, but this was just all over the place because there are many different energies here. So when it comes to big changes, okay, everyone on some level is being given an opportunity to decide very powerfully in December that they will receive what they deserve moving forward, okay? And so everyone, you listening, you're going to have to really decide, you know what? I deserve this. The thing is that everyone watching has been calling forward some big change in their lives, okay? Whatever that may look like to you, maybe a different kind of relationship, a different work situation, shifts in your business, in your health, in whatever it may be for you. But you've been calling forward a big change. Now, for whatever reasons, maybe those changes haven't yet taken place, they haven't yet come forward, they haven't yet manifested. And so in December, you really have to like decide powerfully internally, within yourself, to be like, you know what? No, like, I deserve this. I am going to get this. And to really like come from a very decisive place in December, if that makes sense. And I've talked about it in past videos here and there, how like deciding is a skill that we develop over time, because sometimes we feel like we've decided, but we haven't really just like decided, you know what I mean? Like we haven't made that firm, like, hell to the nah, like that kind of decision making. So, it's a practice that you develop. And so if you haven't fully made that definitive decision that you will receive the change that you have been calling in, for whatever reasons throughout the year, like December is the month for you to be like, this is what's happening, universe. This is what's happening, self. We are doing this, like if you're talking to yourself. So that is what December more or less is going to be supporting you with, in really being able to realize like, okay, what big changes have you been calling in that you've been like, you've been ready for, but you have to like really like decide like, no, this is mine now. Like I'm not accepting anything less than this. And so really stepping into that powerfully, and just bossing up. Like it's a shift in your energy. It's not like there are physical things that will take place in order to bring about these changes, but more so this is about an internal shift inside of yourself, where you are like, I've had enough. Like I'm getting what's mine. This is what it is. And universe, deliver. Like I'm expecting this. Do you know what I mean? I really hope that makes sense. And so depending on your conviction in your decisiveness, or depending on like the shift that you make in terms of your decisiveness with these things, will determine whether these shifts like show up immediately in your reality, or if things start like setting into motion. Does that make sense? So like, let me give you an example. If you're in a relationship that you're tired of, like if you're really decided and you like meditate on it and you're like, you know what, this relationship is really just not for me, and I'm gonna do the hard thing and like leave this relationship, even though I got all these fears, insecurities, whatever it is, but like I know in my soul, like this is not what I want. This is not it, and I'm gonna walk away. Like if you're really committed, like you're really decided, and you feel like the time is now for you to do that, like you really are in touch with your intuition and you feel like the time is now, I'm gonna do this, then you break up with that person, a short while, within a few days or whatever, like you break up with them almost immediately, or even like right after, who knows, Now, if you're not super strong in that yet, because you still have some doubts, fears, things going on with you, you might be like, you know what, this relationship isn't really for me, but I'm prepared to walk away. And I'm going to start taking those steps towards that. And so you start taking whatever steps you need to take to ease your way into that, but you're moving forward. You know what I mean? Like you're setting things in motion. So either way, the change is going to happen, but how fast it happens is up to you and your level of decisiveness. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. Because I'm like, did I make sense? I hope I did. So that's what they said there. I'm reading through my notes, by the way, because, don't want to forget anything. And then, in terms of big changes as well, there are going to be some people, they said several people, who will manifest big in the month of December, because you have been building up to some big change, some big shift, some big manifestation for the past several months, maybe even the past year. And so it's going to come to fruition in December, okay? And that's part of like the big change for you, is like this manifestation is finally going to come through, and it's going to make you feel as if your life has completely changed overnight, okay? Because the contrast is going to be big. Like one minute you're going to be in some kind of situation or whatever, circumstance, environment, and then, you know, within a day or two, a week or whatever, like you're just going to be in a completely different place. It's going to feel that big and drastic in a way, but that's because you have been building up towards this. And so now this big change is actually taking place in your life, okay? So yeah, certain big or long overdue dreams or desires will be made manifest in December for several people watching. So if that's you, you know, yay for you. I'm super happy for you. And I asked, when they told me about the manifestation stuff, like, well, is this a manifestation month? And they said like yes and no. So like manifestations can occur at any time, obviously, in any given moment. So, you know, we're not necessarily like not going to manifest things in December. If you're hoping to manifest something in December, like, it doesn't mean that you're not going to manifest this. It's just that sometimes some months lend themselves more to facilitating the energy of manifestation than others. And so, you know, things are going to manifest in December in many different ways, you know, depending on like who you are and things like that. But it's not the focus of the energy, if that makes sense, right? So for the people who are going to finally manifest those big things that they've been building up to, like, that's gonna show up for them at last, you know, that's gonna manifest. But for everyone else who needs to like decide that they're going to get what they deserve, like how things manifest will depend on how strong they are in that decision and their commitment to it. So hopefully that made sense. But yeah, so basically, okay, if you're watching this, the focus of December is everyone is really being called to decide that they're ready to play a bigger game, decide that, you know what, they're going to be who they truly are, they're going to step into their power, they're going to create an amazing life for themselves, etc. And really being committed to the big shifts that they want to see in their lives, okay? And also, December is also going to be supportive of helping people get ready for 2022. So that means like setting things up so that 2022 is on a good path to align with what it is that you're calling in for this next year. So, you know, that might be you taking a bit of an inventory of how your year went this year, setting new intentions for 2022, making a game plan for 2022. Like, that's part of the big changes, you know, is like once you decide, you know what, I'm going to get what I deserve. There's going to be people here who are listening, who are being supported in sitting down and coming up with certain plans to bring about those things that they are calling in, that they're desiring. Does that make sense? So it's like if you decide, like, you know what, 2022 is the year that I get myself into shape, then you make a plan for that 2022. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to like hire a personal trainer? Are you going to get a nutritionist? Are you going to, you know, make time in your schedule to exercise or whatever? Are you going to eat better? Like, you sit down and you come up with a bit of a game plan and you get yourself ready and you're like really committed to that. Does that make sense? So it's gonna be supportive of people getting ready for 2022. And then another group of people that I want to speak to is that even though typically December 2021, sorry, did I say 2022? I don't know. It's getting confusing with these numbers, but some of y'all, most people we know in December are busy with a lot of like work commitments or career commitments, and then on top of that, the holidays, and it's just a lot of stuff happening. And so even though there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in December 2021, there's going to be a small group of people who turn their focus inward and live a more slow-paced life in December. Okay? So while everyone is busy, planning, preparing, doing all this holiday traveling, getting together with people, etc., there's going to be some people that are not doing that at all, watching here. And if that's you, it's okay. Okay? You're going to be turning your focus inward, focusing on yourself, and putting back into yourself. Like, this is a time for you to nourish you and support you. And the quietness and the, I don't know how to say this in English or Spanish. I made up a word while I was channeling. Solitariness. This is the word I made up because I was like, what is the word for being by yourself but not being lonely? And I was like, solitary. But no, that's not what I want to say exactly. So I made up solitariness. Listen, if anyone knows the word in the people that are watching this video, let me know in the comments below, okay? Because my vocabulary be trash sometimes. But anyway, I'm a hoot, I swear. So anyway, some people are going to be, taking time for themselves, putting back into themselves, nurturing themselves. There's going to be quietness around them. There's going to be a sense of like just being in their own company, being in a different environment where things are just like slow, calm, ease, and it's that stark contrast that is going to feel like a big change, because while everyone is living in their own dimension of like the busyness, the chaotic energy that sometimes December can bring, because you got so many things going on, like you're going to be in your own reality, like chilling, slowing down, like taking time for yourself, putting back into you, all this other stuff, right? That's different than either a lot of people or that or different from maybe what you expected for yourself or from what is normal for you. So maybe you're like constantly on the move, doing, going, etc. And then you're going to find yourself in December in a place where you're quiet, you're still, you're with your own company, you're putting back to you, like all this other stuff. And it might feel different for you, to do this. So that's part of what December's bringing. And so anyway, basically, that is part of you in a way of like giving yourself the space to contemplate, self-reflect, and really get clear on what you truly want and what you're truly ready to let go of, okay? And putting at the end to like an old era, if that makes sense. Like, it's like you're saying goodbye. Goodbye to 2021 and just being like, you know what? I'm done with this. I am ready to move forward. And so, yeah, that's what I got there. Okay? Everyone on some level is going to feel that sense of like coming to a kind of closure, like a definitive ending. Okay? Depending on who you are, like if you're the person that has to like decide on what big changes you're gonna bring into your life, like that's you deciding like, I'm done with this, we're turning the page, we're going to a new chapter or whatever, like we're moving forward, new book, whatever, moving forward. If you're the person that manifests like the big things at last, then that's like a literal physical representation of the fact like, okay, things are never going to be the same again, like I am definitely somewhere else now, in my reality, in my consciousness or whatever. Like we've left the old and we're now in the new kind of thing, right? If you're the person that is reflecting, getting ready for 2022 on what you want, or taking the space to like be alone with yourself and just kind of like self-isolate, I guess is the word, then that's part of your process of being able to release that old and step into the new. I hope that all made sense. Talking to a lot of people here. So that's the focus of December. And in terms of potential challenges that people might encounter, again, it depends on who you are and where you fall into this energy reading. But some people might get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of, the holidays and just the busyness of December that they might not take the time to recognize what changes need to take place in their lives. So they might be so caught up, busy doing all these things, that they don't really take the time to sit down and slow down a little bit to get clear on like, what is it that you are really done with, that you're ready to let go of and move on from, So it's really important to take that time. And then there are going to be some people who feel unprepared to welcome in immediate big shifts. And this feels more like for the people that have the big manifestations that are going to take effect, I guess is the word, I don't know, in December. Because when these like big things come in, or these long awaited things come in, you might not feel ready for it. So you need to work through that, because if you don't, then it's gonna feel a little bit like too much or overwhelming for you. So my suggestion there is to start getting yourself ready. And the example that came to me was kind of like, if you've been working all year long as, for example, a singer, songwriter person, and you've been making music, and you've been really hoping to like get a big break or something and work with some kind of record label or something, that's big to you. And that's what you've been working towards all year, and it hasn't yet manifested. Let's just pretend that, December is the month that it does manifest. And a record label, for example, reaches out to you. But if they reach out to you and then they come to you with like all of this stuff around like, how much you're going to get paid, and touring and recording a record, and this and that, and it's just like so many things, and you don't feel like ready for it, or you don't feel like you're equipped to handle all of that or deal with all of that, like that might feel really overwhelming to you, even though you've been really wanting it for so long. So how you deal with that, for example, is like, okay, do you have a lawyer to help you read over contracts and things? Have you been able to speak with people in the industry to give you a good idea of, what to charge, owning your worth, setting certain boundaries with these record labels, and all these other things that you might have to inform yourself around in order to get the best deal, and in order to not be taken advantage of, and in order to not be overworked, and all this other stuff. And so, you got to like start preparing yourself so that when the big manifestation comes for you, or shows up in your life, like it's not too much. Does that make sense? And if you're the person that gets caught up in the hustle and bustle, and you don't take time to really recognize what changes need to show up in your life, like you need to have at least enough self-awareness to like recognize, hold on a second, like I've been on the go like all week, and I haven't really slowed down. And you know what? I'm gonna take the next 20 minutes to meditate, the next 20 minutes to go walking. I'm gonna take the next hour to sit here and journal my thoughts and self-reflect on my life. Like it's only a freaking hour. Like I owe that to myself, So you gotta like slow down and be conscious enough of that. And then the next thing I got is the people that might be taking space away from others, self-isolation, or that might have made certain big changes in their relationships. These people might feel a sense of loneliness in December 2021, and that loneliness can cause some feeling of like heaviness and self-doubt, sadness in December 2021, which could potentially like throw off other things, especially when it comes to like maybe setting intentions for the following year, this and that. Like you might not feel good enough to do that. You might just feel like, oh my god, my life is trash. I'm not, with the people that I thought I was going to be with, or, I'm all alone or whatever. And so for these people, I want you to really understand that whatever, like if you had to remove certain people from your life or remove yourself from certain circles, like those are probably very pivotal changes that you needed to make. And yes, right now you might feel uncomfortable because you're not used to it and might feel scary and all these other things, but that's just because it's new. And instead of potentially focusing on what you might have lost or what isn't anymore, or all of these things, like focus on the good there, focus on how you did a great job, lift yourself up knowing you did good by you, and that you've opened up the space for even better people to come in, better social circles, friendships, relationships, etc. And just do your best to see all the good so that you don't bring yourself down and feel like crap, And for the people that potentially need to self-isolate, and as they do that, they feel a sense of loneliness, what I want to say to you is just that it's important for you to recognize that we all need time and space from other people for our own good, because when other people are around us or when we're in certain environments, it is sometimes challenging for us to really tune into our true heart's desires and to really hear our own voice and like know ourselves deeply. Sometimes when we have so many people and around us keeping us busy, talking to us, like sometimes they're a distraction. And so the space that you're taking for yourself is a really great opportunity for you to be with you and to get clear on what you want and what feels good for you and what you're calling and moving forward. And so it's actually a really good thing that you are giving yourself that space and that grace to be in your own energy and to replenish yourself. Because I also see that there's some of you that it's like you're too enmeshed with other people. Like you don't have clear boundaries. There's not a clear sense of self because there's just always these other people. And so that space to be alone with you is giving you a really good opportunity to know, like, who are you really? Like, what feels like you? What is your energy like? Like, what does it feel like? What are your beliefs? What works for you? I hope that made sense. So see the good in that. See the good in what you're doing to really help you have a solid sense of self, put back into you, strengthen who you are, all that jazz, in order to no longer be enmeshed with others and just come back to your regular life from a more balanced, healthier place. Hope that made sense. All right. Blessings and strength that I got for December 2021 is, this is depending on who you are, because I'm talking to different people, but basically as you go through this process and you step into your power and you take the time to like slow down or make these firm decisions or prepare yourself for your big manifestations or to take this time for you, etc. Like, depending on where you fall on this whole spectrum, okay, you're going to receive clarity, personal power, like a deep sense of strength inside of yourself, like I got this, I can do this, I'm powerful, deep satisfaction and growth and self-realization. Okay, so this is everyone that on some level is going to receive it. So depending on who you are. So those are the blessings and strength, and typically blessings and strengths are different for the other energy readings that I've done for 2022, but since I'm talking to so many different people, like I got a summary of what people can potentially receive as a blessing, a strength in 2021 for the December energy. So Hope that helped. And additional messages, let me go ahead and see how many, hold on a second. What additional messages do you have for December 2021? Additional messages. So we're going to just pull some cards and see if we get any more. I think that's it. So these are the 2 cards I got. Look at this one. Speaking of December kind of being a manifestation month, but like not. This is Isis. You can't see. Ring light. It says magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And hope. Archangel Hope. Love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. You know, I started off this reading by saying that somewhere more or less, I can't remember the exact words I used, but something like you have to really decide that you're ready for the big shifts that you've been calling in. And part of much more easily making that definitive decision is really knowing your worth. Like, you really have to know that you're worthy of whatever it is that you desire. You are worthy and deserving of it. And, you know, deserving is a word that sometimes some people don't agree with because of how they view it. So take that word or leave it. You know, if it doesn't resonate with you, leave it. But you are truly worthy of what you want. No ask is too big. And when you ask for something and you feel like doubtful, you feel like, is it going to come true? And you're kind of not really trusting in it. You're not really trusting it as a fact. It's because you doubt your worth. There's a passage or something in the Bible. I've been reading the Bible lately, by the way. So proud of myself. But anyway, we're not going to get into that today. But somewhere in the Bible it says, you know, ask and it is given, or ask and you shall receive, whatever it is. And that's the thing, is that what you want, this big desire of yours, and, you know, big is relative, and subjective, but it's never too big. It's never too much. You're truly loved and supported. And the universe, source, God, whatever you call this greater consciousness and energy, like, it wants the best for you. And it wants you to realize the things that you came here to realize in life, you know. And by realize, I mean materialize. And to experience. And so it's really important for you in the month of December to really make sure that you're really deeply connected to your worth, and that you do whatever practices or healings or whatever it is that you need to do to really become strong in that, so that you can decide that you're going to have the life that you want, that you feel you're destined to have, so that you can make maybe whatever changes you need to make that are in alignment with the higher vision for your life, so that you can allow yourself to receive the things that you have been working towards all year long, potentially. You have to decide that you're worthy of those things now, and that you're worthy of better. So please, in December, make sure that you work on your sense of self-worth, and that you really allow yourself to be strong in that. It's a really powerful way to end the year, having such a strong, solid sense of self-worth, because if you feel deeply worthy inside of yourself, then you're going to set even more powerful, like, goals, dreams, and visions for the year to come. And you're going to do it from a place of confidence, and you're going to start out the following year from a really great place energetically. from a great mindset, you know. And so it's really important for you to have that solid sense of self-worth and to value yourself and see how truly beautiful and amazing you are and deserving you are. I cannot stress that word enough, like deserving. Not because you did anything necessarily, but because you are. Really do your best to see yourself through the eyes of the higher power. How beautiful and loved and treasured you are. Because this archangel, like, she is gorgeous. She is amazing. She is glowing. And, you know, there's like this flower blossoming or something from her heart space. It's beautiful. And that's the thing, is like when you're deeply connected with your worth, like your heart just opens up to receive. Right? And so that's really important in order for you to manifest. Okay? To manifest all these good things, these positive shifts and changes in your life, really make sure that you're connected to your worth. Really see the value that you have as a person, as a human being, the value that you bring to the world, the value that you bring to others. Like, really be strong in that. That's super, super important. And value yourself enough to make some like difficult decisions in your life that you may need to as part of the big changes, because you're worthy of better than what you've been receiving. You're worthy of better relationships, more harmony, more love, more support, whatever it is. Okay? That is that. Oof, I went really long with this video. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this message today for the December 2021 energy reading. And if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up, like, it really helps my channel. Drop me a comment below, letting me know how this message resonated with you today. I know it was all over the place because I was talking to a bunch of people. I was like, oh, they're gonna think I'm crazy, but whatever, I'm just being a vessel. That's what I kept telling myself. I'm just being a vessel, sharing the information. And anyway, so as I was saying, I have some announcements to make, so I would, really appreciate it if you could stick around and hear the announcements, but you're free to go. And one of the first announcements that I want to make is, like I said earlier, I am doing the yearly energy reading for 2022. So I've been working on that, and there's a lot of information coming in. Like, I wrote so much more than what I got here for December, and I already took like 35 minutes to like give this first message for like just December. So anyway, I'm still going to see how I'm going to do that yearly energy reading, because I was hoping to do just like one video with like a summary, but now I'm like, do I need to do individual videos? Who knows? I don't know. We're going to work that out, but I'm doing the yearly energy reading. And anyway, I'm giving everyone an opportunity to sign up to receive that reading. So if you are interested in it, I'm offering the energy reading for 2022 for just $100. So if that's something that interests you, definitely click on the link below. I'll put it in the comment section of this video. It will be pinned to the top for you to go and sign up. And that's where you can sign up to receive this reading. And so I'm not gonna, it depends on when you sign up, when you see this video, but I'm going to be doing probably like the live channeling of the yearly reading probably on December 17th, that's a Friday, or December 18th, that's a Saturday. So I'll probably do it that weekend, depending on how I choose to do it as well. So you can sign up until then or before then to like jump on the call with me live. And after I do this 2022 energy reading and I've got like the video, I'm going to just offer it like to people who want to just receive the recording of that. The price will still be $100, and I will be offering that till the end of February, I believe is what my spirit guide said. So you will have from, December 2021 to February 2022 to purchase this energy reading and to receive it and have that information support you on your journey month by month throughout the year so that you have an easier time and navigate whatever shows up your way. I know that it definitely made a difference for me this year in 2021 to receive the guidance that I got from my guides, because it was the craziest thing ever, because I think this year was the first time that I channeled the yearly energy reading for myself with this format of like focus, potential challenges, blessings, etc. Because I had never done that in years prior, and this year I did that for myself. And I wouldn't look through it every month. Sometimes I would look at my yearly reading like a month or two after, and then I was like, oh my god, that was what I went through in October or whatever month, I was like, I did feel that in April. And I was struggling with that. I'm like, dang it, I should have like read this, back then. Or, I was going through things and I would look at it to be like, hold up a second, like maybe a week into the month, if I was like having some difficulties or challenges, I would like go back through it and reread what I had written for whatever month that was like happening in that time. And then I'm like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. So I would like read through it to see like, okay, yeah, that's definitely, what's showing up for me right now. I definitely needed to like read these words right now to help me like know how to handle this at this time, etc. So it really made a difference for me in terms of navigating, especially the parts that I felt were extremely difficult for me throughout the year. So that's the purpose of the yearly energy reading, is to really help people understand, like, give them clarity, guidance, or validation on some level of what they're feeling, what they're experiencing, what's coming up, and then also like supporting them through any challenges that they may face as a result of what the energy is bringing up, and helping them to keep a positive mindset, keep their eyes on the prize by helping them understand, like, okay, even though this might challenge you in some ways, but like this is the blessing, this is the strength you're going to develop as a result. So like focus on that, you got this, So that's the focus of the yearly 2022 reading. So if that's something that interests you, definitely, sign up at the link below. I would love to support you and to provide you this guidance and clarity. And when I do this channeled reading, I'm going to transcribe the things that I say and put it in an ebook format so that you don't have to necessarily go back and watch the whole video if you don't want to. I will instead like put it in the ebook kind of format for you to just go through the month and look up read through it if you want. If it makes it easier for you, So that's that. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is that, I'm gonna be uploading my TikTok videos here on YouTube. So they're gonna be uploaded as shorts, and I'll probably have like one video or so uploaded a day maybe. Just because I have a lot of TikTok videos, and I don't know, I just feel like doing it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just do what I feel. We know this by now. So yeah, you're going to see me and my crazy shenanigans on TikTok. I'm crazy, but I love it. I'm a clown, if y'all didn't know. And so I just wanted to share some of my happiness and my positive vibes with you on YouTube. By sharing out these videos. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. And I'm not going to post every single thing that I do on TikTok to Instagram or to YouTube. But I do post a lot, so we'll see. The videos are usually anywhere from a few seconds to 3 minutes max. That's the max on TikTok right now. So you'll probably get a lot of the very short videos though, just the comedic ones, because they're hilarious. But if you would like to follow me actively, then definitely follow me there on that platform. I will drop the links to my social media in the comments of this video. As I said, I'll pin there the link to the 2022 energy reading and my social media so that you can find me and connect with me. And that's basically it, I think, for now. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. I was really glad to support you today. Thank you for watching this video because I know it was long. And I'll try to keep it to 20 minutes next time, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know yet if I'm going to be doing monthly energy readings for next year. We'll see. I mean, they're different from the reading that I just gave you now. And like the readings that are for the recording that I'm talking about, they're different. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Oh yeah, also if you're on TikTok, I am gonna be doing a December energy reading for people, like a quick one, like a 1-card thing based on your star sign, your zodiac sign. So I'm gonna do that there. And we'll see if there's anything else. Who knows? All right. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Bye.